Brutal Clan Wars. I don't know the letters.
Mm.
I had to play it like last week. So
BWCL?
yeah, that one. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
I'm
Yeah,
play
right.
I'm
Okay,
I'm
someone was
playing
telling
it
me.
and I don't remember his name. So okay, I think these players need no introduction. Cryoc is a really good German Terran player, very solid, very secure, really cold-minded. So he recently took out Gosu Dark from BSL, which Gosu Dark, is the terror of all Terran users because his all-ins are really, 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 really strong, and his lag is even stronger. So Cryoc really shows some really good mechanics holding a player like Gosu Dark. So yeah, I think I have really confident. I'm really confident for him. And on the other hand, we have Dragon, who is a really good Protoss player, one of the best Protoss player outside Korea. Besides, of course, one stage down from Oya, Bonith, and DeWalt, but still a great Protoss player and a very dangerous one. Really known for his excellent timing attacks. He really study the build that he's gonna execute, and he do it like clockwise. It's like a Swiss clock. So this will be an interesting game for sure. So again, this map PVT, I think it's really good to make some drops, some river drops. So I think opening a fast expansion 1 gate robo and then adding up 2 gates or so, it would be a really good option. And due to the closeness of these two mains, maybe you have to put some dragoons in the backyard of your base, just to prevent any like fast drop. But beside that, I think there's no real trouble for Protoss. So here, Cryoc see a salad coming out, and he did an excellent wall here, as you can see. This is Terran magnificent wall. On the right part, we have a supply depot, allowing Marines to go in and out, and on the right part of that supply, a factory. So here you can dance with Marines all day long, avoiding any salads to come by, and
What is that right above the factory there?
he can
There's
move
nothing in the.
Marines, because if you are unlucky enough that he brings 2 salads, you know that 1 Marine can out micro a salad, but if he has 2 salads, he can put 1 salad in the upper part of the supply and another salad on the downside of that supply depot, and they will kill the Marines, right? So if you have 2 buildings, you can micro your Marines between these 2 buildings. So it's really nice placement to do. So I don't know. Dragon didn't use his solo to attack, which was really strange. And we see a fast starport build order from Cryoc. So as I recommended, Dragon is doing a fast expansion with 1 gate and then Robo, which will allow him to have an observer at 6:30 minutes time. But sadly for him, the observer will not arrive in time to see this drop. So preemptly, I don't know how to say that correctly, sorry. I think he has to send like 3 or 4 dragoons to the backyard here in
Mhm.
order to stop any early harass. So you see Ox, this exact build order that Dragon is doing stops everything that Terran can do. So he will have like 7 Dragoons in the 6:30 minute mark, and he can stop 2-fact timing on even 6:30 minute push. So the Terran confirmed that the Protoss did a fast expansion. So some clever thing to do, since Protoss didn't scout the Terran, it will be to put some Dragoons on the backyard. He only put a pylon just to spot drops, but I think there's nothing to stop these vultures. Yep, all the units of Dragon are on the natural. So I'm sensing that he will have he will take a lot of damage here. One Dragoon is coming, but this will not avoid these vultures to taking some probes. 3 probes already die, maybe 4. 4, 4, 4. Okay, no 4.
You guys didn't hit the Nexus. Huh?
Yeah, yeah. So bad micro for Cryoc. It
Well, it's not
was,
easy targeting the probes going in and out of the
yeah.
simulator. Too.
So Scan once said that it's more efficient to drop only 2 vultures, because 2 vultures can one shot one proof. So if you have 4, it's really uh, it's really not recommended, because you will target with all vultures like one probe. So it doesn't mean that you will kill probes faster, right? And it's harder to micro.
But the two vultures would die quicker than.
Yeah, but um, it's a surprise attack. You have to take like 4 or 5 probes, and then if
I
he's
mean, I'm
out,
not sure how many dragoons he had at his natural, but
he
you could
has on
send two to
he
the
had
natural
yeah, you will
and
lose
then
it.
two to
You will lose it, but you will take like 4 or 5 probes. If you take 5 probes, it's okay. If Protoss takes damage in the first 8 minutes, like worker damage, it's really huge. So now Dragon is in a better spot, I believe, this game. Cryoc make a third command center. Sorry, I think he's going to float it here in this island, I believe. And he's doing +1, so maybe he's targeting for a mid game 2-1 or 3-2.
I
So
haven't seen a siege tank drop.
yeah, that's a really,
Remember how popular these used to be? You drop two and then
yeah, but
see.
that's really an old school drop, because
It was pretty close to target the probes at the mineral line, and he lost his drop ship.
yeah, so that drop wasn't really good, to be honest. So you see, Ox, the thing about doing fast academy is because nowadays Protoss users use strat like this, like doing 2 base carrier. So if you don't do a fast academy, you just die if you don't see this.
If you lose to this, do you give a GG or you don't give a GG?
No. Nowadays
Like, I heard a word.
nowadays I scan really fast. Just and now I kill this kind of strats pretty much easy. That's why I use a scan, and I recommend Terran users to use a scan as faster as you can, because you can spot cheesy builds like this.
But if you know the game really well, you don't need an academy. So
Now you always need an academy.
no,
You
Terrans
cannot.
don't need
If not,
academies.
you're
They're
you're
so
gonna
good
be.
at the game; they understand everything.
No, no, it's
They
impossible.
have no need for vision.
Protoss has really, really good cheeses. If not, if you don't believe me, ask Ghost to Dark.
I get it,
Ghost to
man. You
Dark has.
Terrans, you either have a full understanding of the game, or obviously you don't, and you need scan. It's one or the other. Can't be both.
we are superiors, but we need scans as well. But Cryoc saw these two stargates, so he know what is coming. Even though he scouted it, it will be really hard to deal with because he will have 4 carriers, no time, and this space between mains is really good for carriers to start doing some damage. And really, Cryoc needs at least 2-1 upgrades to really stand a chance against carriers. So I'm guessing that Dragon has a really good advantage this game. I'm not. It will come as a surprise to me if Cryoc can take this one home, because Dragon chose an excellent strategy for this game. He can do so much damage to Terran's main and come back way fast to his main. So
Now, the units that are underneath the swarm, they can't be hit by the dragoons. Can they be hit by the carriers?
mm, I think yes. Yamato guns work, for example, in swarms, but I don't know carriers.
Fortunately
If
for Dragon, his two carriers are spawning right now. One of them's going to take a few hits.
Yeah, so the dropship takes damage. Oh,
And
one
it's not
zealot,
covered by the
one
swarm.
zealot. Yeah, one zealot, and he's protected by the swarm. How fun is that? No, 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 he's going to lose it. Oh my god! Oh
The
my
Zella,
god!
yeah, but the shuttle's not protected by the swarm, right?
Yeah, I think air units are not, so that's pretty funny. Oh, the carriers are dying to the turret. No, no, he lost one carrier to the turret. What? Oh, that was really sloppy. That was really, really, really sloppy. But I think Cryoc needs more Goliaths, and
I
he's
mean,
going.
losing two Stargates here and a fleet beacon.
Yeah, so
Kind of huge. And he had to remake a bunch of Stargates.
yeah, he has 3 carriers out in the map, but he's in a very that this swarm over here really changed the game, to be honest.
Do you know why those swarms are there?
No.
Um, I forget the reason. If I was ever told it.
Okay. So
I mean, it seems kind of like in Terran's favor with Siege Tank and stuff.
well, it was unfortunate that Dragon chose that particular space to build his targets. So he's throwing 2+ Nexus on the map, one of them which is already mining and has 3 cannons. So he's really committing to this carrier strategy, and I'm really one of those guys that think that when Protoss has like 7-8 carriers, you are doomed. So
EMP, lockdown. Are there
lockdown,
other types of units or spells that you could use?
I think you can only kill carriers with upgrades. You have to have +3 attack.
What
Uh,
Goliaths you're thinking
yeah,
about?
with Goliaths
And
always.
is there
And
not enough gas to make ghosts and try to get lockdown?
I think pro gamers try to make ghosts, but I think it's not a good option,
Very hard.
because
Like one,
ghost takes a lot of gas to be and the upgrades to be built,
and you need the energy.
and they have really hard time to reach the carrier and not die. So it isn't the best investment. I think the best investment is to just Uh, oh, look this. Oh, this map.
Where is he referring to? They can't
They're
fit
here.
there.
You know, goons are trying to move up, but they can't, and they are bugged. You see the goons dancing?
Oh, he's talking about the ramps.
Yes, in the upper left. So these three tanks are going to kill the Nexus, and
That's only for Zealots, huh?
yeah, and Dragon cannot defend this. So this map is is really funny. He has to send all his carriers, and he will not arrive in time. That's hilarious.
He's tilted right now.
Yeah, yeah. And I like how Cryoc said, "Yeah, you can't." Ha ha ha. German laugh. So Cryoc took advantage, and he's going to push Protoss base, and there's no units there. So maybe if Cryoc can stop these 5 carriers, I think it's game over. He has 2-1 upgrades, so I think he's really okay. So Dragon is moving back, but he's in a terrible position, and more important, I think he's very tilted. Oh, he has lots of carriers. He has 6, 8, 9 carriers. So that's a lot.
He's lost a lot of probes at his 2 expansions.
Yeah, but he has 40 pros, which isn't bad. But he's surrounded. He's surrounded. That's good for Terran. But again, he has lots of carriers. Carriers are imba. Bonnie call them the balance bringers because Bonnie can win game with just carriers because he
That's
micro.
what I've heard. He goes carriers and default. He goes more arbiters.
Yeah, Bonnie carrier micro is just insane. So all the interceptors are dead. Dragon has no more money, I believe, to build more interceptors, so he's in a pretty bad spot. GG. GG. Okay. This game was really fun, but I think Dragon didn't enjoy it.
No. And he's probably not looking forward to the next map. I think his observation about this one was that it was very dark. Cryoc didn't have much to say about any of the maps. I think he enjoyed them. But
Dark, yeah, but there were. I think it's the style of the map, but there are historically there have been quite quite a few maps on this terrain. Even on 2002, there was a map that was really popular. I don't recall the name. You have a really good game of Slayer's Boxers versus DD8 on WCG 2002 that was played on that map. But I really suck at remembering maps names. I will get it. So Cryoc versus Dragon on Dire Straits. So this is a map with the spores, right?
not Dire Strait. He's Ari. I can't even pronounce it right.
Okay.
I think
So
it's a Latin word.
yeah, it's the one with the spores. So
Yeah.
I have
This war map.
yeah, this spore map. Yeah, you know.
That's the thing. I think map
Uh,
makers
map makers,
underestimate
you
people
may spend
coming up with their own name.
hours thinking of the name,
Map name,
like
exactly.
asking all their friends, and there comes a silly guy from Argentina who called his map the spore map. It's like this. I know.
And it catches fire, and everybody just knows it as a spore map.
Yeah, and yeah, and from now on, all people, oh yeah, make the spore map, please. So sorry, no harm intended. but this is how I remember the maps. So Cryoc maybe figured out that he can make a wall here with a supply and a barrack. So I'm wondering, Dragon is doing a 12 Nexus, I believe, which is pretty much the go-to build in a map like this, which has an indoor expansion. And for some reason, Dragon keeps on trying to go out from this part. Frickling, where
Freakling has joined the voice chat, by the way.
Frickling is a map owner, right?
He's a map creator,
The
yeah, and he
creator, yeah.
helps other foreign map makers.
Okay.
Um,
Sorry, Frickling, for the map name.
I'm sure he has a great sense of humor.
I hope you find room in your heart to acknowledge that this non English speaking user tends to forget about map names. So really standard game. Interesting enough, Cryoc didn't go for a very fast expansion like a 15cc, which I would totally recommend on a map like this. So I'm really wondering what he's planning to do, since Dragon will be not punished by his 12 Nexus build order. So I'm really wondering what Cryoc strat will be in this game. Severed core is on the way. Salad is almost out, and we know that the brown Terran, the brown Protoss, sorry, doesn't have any intel on his opponent, so he can expect anything out. Two racks, two factories, sorry, fast expand, a starport play. I don't know. Are you drinking iced tea? Okay, Oxy didn't catch that.
That's funny. I was watching the probe too. I think he's just trying to get a feel for the map, and
Yeah, but he has no intel, so he's playing blind. I'm wondering if he's doing a robo. No, we see a citadel here. So she's incoming. You said maybe a DT drop. So this is a game where I don't GG.
hasn't
I
even played out yet, man.
I will rage quit immediately.
Otherwise, you'll just have one style of playing, and that's quite boring.
Yeah,
It
DT
doesn't
drop.
lead to any surprises.
Yeah. Funny enough, ladder is full of surprises.
If,
I
if
think
only everybody
I
let
think
Karen mix out.
I think 60 or 70% of players like to do surprises. So
If only
that's how I would call cheese. There's no longer cheese. There are surprises. Surprise, motherfucker, and 5 DTs.
deal with it. Otherwise, we gotta wait for what Terran to max out at 200, 200, have two
Yeah,
or three
he should
upgrades.
man up.
Try to figure out how to break through siege and mine and
That's what
turrets.
all old
If
school Protoss
only we
player
could
did.
let
Old school Protoss were really like macro games. They were really
one
good.
base games are cool too.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be get 2, 3 bases and then let's figure out.
So really,
You know,
really, really, really fast DT drop. He even skipped gun range, which is interesting. Cryoc is doing like a mine's path between the bases, but I'm not sure he has the DT thing covered up. DT's out. He has 2 scans. Maybe he has to scan right now the main, and then kill that scan in order and build a new one. But he has an engineering bay, but not turrets. No units in his base either. So maybe GG from this drop, only 2 DTs, but he has no units to deal with this. Oh, a drop. Yeah, that's why. So 2 drops at the same time. One from Cryoc. Oh, there's no a drop. He did a bug with the engineering bay. That was pretty nice. But this DTT is doing so much damage, and there's no
F4
units.
doesn't give detection, does it?
He has scans, but no units, so not pretty smart for him to scan if he can't
Oh
kill
no.
the. Oh yeah, oh yeah. So one DT left on the expansion. No turrets, but he has 2 scans. Why you build another engineering bay? You have one. Oh my god. Why? Cancel that, silly Terran. Cancel.
Hmm.
Oh my god. He even used this engineering bay on the downside to bust his own vultures, and he made a new engineering bay. I don't know. Maybe it was panic. Okay, so
Well, he just floated that one on the bottom, so he knows about it.
yeah, maybe it was panic. So he finished it. That was really unfortunate. So here you see a cannon between the pros. So I think that will answer your question. So this game doesn't look very good for our German Terran player. He's killing a bunch of pros, but 2 DTs are going to be dropped as well. And again, not enough units to handle it. He isn't looking because he's microing his vultures, and 1 DT will go back to safety. So I'm really not thinking that Cryoc will have a good outcome this game. Dragon throws yet another Nexus in 6 o'clock position, in the 6 o'clock position, and an Arbiter is already on its way. So Terran just now thrown 2 more factories, which I believe is pretty much late, and has almost the same amount of workers as the Protoss. Sadly, the tech advantage goes to Dragon, so it will be really hard for him, for Cryoc, to deal with this tech tree Protoss user.
You think DT drops or Reavers are more effective?
Depends on the micro. If you don't expect them, DT drops are almost AGG, because you can build observers to be safe, and you can continue teching to Arbiter with no problem.
Reavers, you just need more micro.
River needs a lot of more micro, so you really need to know how to use your rivers. But on the other hand, they can win games. So I will only recommend using rivers if you know how to micro them correctly. If not, it's a really waste of money, and that if you don't make your rivers work, you will give the Terran a window to just crush you with some timing push, a 2-1 timing push, a CFAX timing push, because you will not have enough units to defend. So if you are planning on using rivers, you have to micro them. So that's why I don't like them so much. But if you micro like Bunny, of course, go river. And it's pretty safe. You can kill timing pushes, but again, you have to control everything really good. You cannot
They're not
just.
an easy unit to, especially the first scarab that comes out. It never really connects well.
Yeah, you have a few commands to make them like fired right away, but it's not always easy, right?
Yeah, that's another good point. They sort of stall as soon as you drop them from the shuttle.
Yeah, so you need to learn the timings. It's like not the same. Of course, I'm not comparing Muta Micro to River Micro, but you really have to know how the feeling of the unit, of how to shot efficiently and all that. So um, I think the DT is more friendly to use. And if the Terran didn't expect it or didn't doesn't know how to defend properly, you can do enough damage to to buy you some crucial time to take up or even to throw a bunch of expansions. So here we see Cryoc trying to do a timing push.
Oh, I
He's
like the 175 energy on one of his orbiters.
Yeah, but
The
he
other one.
has he has way too few units. He has only 100 supply at 12 minutes, which isn't a good amount on this time mark. So he's very low on vultures. He did a really good job making his tanks not close to each other. So I'm not thinking that the stasis will be a great option if he
Would you
if
recall right in the middle of there? I think I
uh
would probably do something impulsive like that, but
yeah, I think it's more efficient to recall on the base, but look at these turrets. Beautiful. He still managed to recall, which is pretty.
arbiter, and I still had energy. I wonder if that was the second arbiter that he recalled.
Yeah, his
Yeah, he
second.
had two. He lost both of them, and one of them had a lot of energy.
Yeah,
I'm not
so
sure that-
that was really bad, but again, I think Cryoc didn't have enough units. To be honest, I don't think that the first arbiter should have recon. There was too much turrets. So I think it was pretty amazing that he managed to hit one recall.
He had a lot of energy. I think he could have done status on the units in the middle, or just recall right where the tanks and stuff are.
Well, yeah, he didn't have so much Goliath near the tanks, but
He's not
here's
seeing what I'm seeing, of course, right? So
yeah. So he's rebuilding the turrets, uh, but he has lots of turrets here in mines, and he has a healthy amount of tanks.
he needs a
Uh,
third.
yeah, he should have a third, but I think he's trying to do a two-base all-in. Not the best option, in my opinion, because Protoss has a very healthy economy. So,
But no units.
yeah, no units, because he throw
He
them
just
all the
lost.
way 2 times in a row. And he got EMP, and he lost all his Arbiter for free. Oh, that Mind Drag. But even though he has no units, he can replenish his army way faster and start throwing units until the the amount of tanks just dies.
True.
So
12 gateways.
yeah, 12 gateway versus 7 factories, and 2-1 is nice, but until he has 3-2, he won't be able to trade efficiently. And already the Protoss has 165, 167 supply versus 120. So yeah, I think Cryoc will really starve in this game. He will have no room for him to win this game, I believe.
The third has no gas. It's kind of a problem, isn't it?
Yeah, so that is bad as well. It will force um, this Terran user to make more vultures. So yep, I'm not seeing how Cryoc can win this game. He has to take care about this push, but if he unsieges like this and he gets engaged by this unit, he will be
Mm.
dead.
Tanks are kind of clumped up.
Yeah, so I think Dragon is waiting for his stasis to be up. And there are only 9 tanks for Cryoc, which is really low amount. And now,
Yeah, I think an
yeah,
EMP.
he has to separate those arbiters. One died for free. Oh, the
Oh, I
vessel
lost.
died.
Oh,
Yeah, so I think it's GG. There's more zealots here, and the army will die. GG. Poor Cryoc.
I like this map. To me, it seems pretty balanced and new, different from the maps I've seen.
Yeah, it's a different map. You you really have to research a little bit more. It's a really big map as well.
Big map made by a big man. Beehive is next. Game
Beha-
3.
oh, so a hive is where bees. Okay, I got it. Sorry, I was really
Yeah,
mixed
they
up.
kind of look like honeycombs.
Yeah, I got it now. And
Dragon thought this was an interesting concept and didn't mind this map. Even though he says he usually doesn't like weird, different maps, he thought this was kind of cool. So I don't know how it's going to go. Did he win? And that's why he said it was a cool map? You know what I mean? Like, if you
yeah,
lose on a map, you might not
this
like it. So
this map is garbage. But you.
Cryoc liked it. I don't know who won this one. I would like to see this in a league or something, like force players to play on it. I like this little scouting going on by Protoss. No idea where he's going. So you can just walk through the gates. There's more than one way to find your opponent, huh? It seems like there might be two entrances or several.
I really don't know.
You know, he went from the side, right side of the map, and I think, yeah, he could have went through.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
they're both doing like a fast expansion build order, which is the
that's kind
recommended
of
thing. It's a
like you could scout Terran from the top down. He scouted him from the right and then going down up. But yeah, they both got, I guess, that aspect of the map where you just expand, right?
so it's a pretty safe build order from both of them.
I
So
like the different ways you can scout the opponent, though. That's cool.
it will be really interesting to know uh, how they will play it. So Craig, do you have second supply?
I
Which
don't
is
think Terran is scouted yet.
yeah, but even though he didn't scout, I don't think that he will get punished by that.
Can make mass SCVs and attack your opponent early on.
So it's interesting because if you don't find your opponent right away, you can also make a fast expansion on the other part of the map, and it would be really hard for the opponent to get there.
Look at Cryoc. He's just going from the
Second
left
Nexus.
side of the map.
Second Nexus for the
Yeah.
Protoss.
Dragon kind of feels at home on this map. You know what I mean? He's just like scouted it all, figured it out,
Yeah.
made a Nexus, 12 o'clock, mineral patches, gas.
So if Cryoc managed to defend this, he will be in an incredible spot. But if look at this SCB. If he's going to
Now, the way that Cryoc is like scouting, he might find that 12
yeah, he
o'clock
will find out. So
very funny. And that's
Dragon
totally accidental, I think.
so Dragon is really 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 unlucky for this because this Nexus or not.
Did you not see it? He
No, he
sees it.
didn't. No, he didn't.
It doesn't have.
He
No,
didn't.
he hasn't seen it yet.
He didn't. I just checked it. Oh my god. So aren't
But
you a lucky motherfucker?
finally, he's like, oh my god.
Yep, he didn't catch that Nexus. Oh, look all these probes. He doesn't care. He just sent like 6 probes around the mineral. So Dragon is on full defense mode while Cryoc is doing 2 factory starport. So it's pretty much an interesting game, to be honest. I really think that vultures will be a better choice because you can make more damage to the probe line than tanks, but again you have these little spots in the map where you can siege your tanks and harass your opponent's base. So yep, we'll have to see how this game goes.
Shuttle is about to be made. Another Zealot coming out. I wonder if he's going to drop.
Two robotics on the way as Protoss robotics support Bay as well. 4 zealots, no dragoons, so this is really really unusual. You see, Ox, if you drop vultures right now, what do you do as a Protoss user? I think this is pretty greedy, in my opinion. No cannons, no goons, so how do you deal with a vulture drop?
There's no standard way of playing on this map yet.
Yeah, but this follows no logic. You're a madman, Dragon, you're a madman. This is Beehive, boss. Kick on the chest. So, 2 shuttles are on the way, and still no dropships from Cryoc. So I think the upper hand will be for our Pulse Please now. When he sees the 2 shuttles, what a perfect timing. He pulls back. He says, "Oh fuck." Look at this pylon positioning on all the edges of this base. It's really interesting. So 1 dropship on its way.
Yeah, it's funny because he has nothing to defend there, so you might have vision, but you're just going to despair when
Well, you
units.
can pull back. Speed shuttle is halfway done, and you can always take down these Zerg cerebrates in the middle. If he's doing like 1 dropship drop, which is pretty bad. What he's doing with these 2 shuttles? He's like walking through the map.
all the way around.
Yeah, maybe he's expecting a hidden expose from Cryoc, like he did. So maybe Cryoc will kill these Servates and advance to this Nexus. While I don't know if
That's
Dragon
true.
has enough units to hold, to, or does he? Two shuttles are on the way down to Cryoc's expansion, and no units there. Only two turrets, a third on his way. But I think this base will fall down. He has to pull his SCVs. One
I don't know
shot
if
takes a lot
great.
of SCVs, and this is a nightmare for me.
You lost both your shuttles though, you know, that's 400 mils.
Yeah,
And
but no raids.
probes.
No raids, still no raids, and all your units are on the other side of the wall. So
Uh,
how do you kill this river without the raid? And
siege
he,
tank.
yeah, maybe, but oh yeah, he didn't see it. No, he didn't target. Oh my god, no, this tank. Oh, he killed it. Good, 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 good. Even though he, oh, more units on the way, so Cryoc, I think he don't have enough, and all he has like how many? 6 tanks trapped here. So GG.
This is why Dragon liked the map.
Yeah, no mystery there, right?
They're just both trying to figure out how to play on it, and Dragon kind of got lucky there. Cryoc had done something with the tanks there. I don't know. He wouldn't have maybe gone dropped. I think he took too long with those tanks.
Yeah, I think he didn't know what to do. I don't think he has enough experience in island maps, or he isn't used to it. So Dragon did a really, 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 really greedy build order, but it paid off because Cryoc did anything. Tar busing again.
Yeah, so I guess they picked this and they wanted to play it again.
So Dragon allow this.
Yeah, that's the interesting part.
Oh, Dragon,
Different
Dragon,
position.
Dragon. Why do you play this map again? Haven't you learned your lesson?
We'll see.
This is no wound friendly map.
We'll see if he builds, you know, at the bottom of his base.
Ah, he will. Yeah, I think this time he will not. Or maybe he will do like a cheesy all-in build order. He will reveal his Protoss nature.
I mean,
That
the swarm spell there, it's got to be balanced in the way that it doesn't just favor, you know, a bunch of tanks down there. I'm not sure.
well, you can hit air units, but you cannot hit. You cannot
Like you
hit.
can drop you if you can manage to drop there, your units would be okay, I
Yeah.
guess. But your air drop unit isn't safe. Like it can get targeted.
Well, if you drop
I think
one,
that's why they're there to allow units to be dropped down there without them dying.
but again, if you have Marines and 2 fire rats or 3 fire rats, and you put one tank, they're immortal there. So the Marines will kill the Overlords or Goliath, and you have firebats. You just annihilate every Serling that pops out, or I don't know. It's a really thing to play on that swarm. It's pretty much interesting. So I'm really curious about the strategy that they will pick again. So Dragon will do a 12 Nexus. So that's interesting. If I would have to bet, I really thought that Dragon will all in Cryoc in some kind of way, because this map I don't believe that it's a really good map for late game.
For
If
Protoss,
for Protoss, yeah.
you think
So
it's
yeah, I think it's. All these
Maybe.
small maps with a lot of edges and small engagement zones are really Terran favored. You have to really flank as Protoss.
Carriers and things like that.
Yeah, I think he's pretty much doomed to build carriers in this map if you want an advantage, or Reavers, or Storms, or something that you can take advantage in small portions. But if you try to do a macro gateway man style, I think you will fail miserably,
What
especially
about
for.
trying to expand more? What can Protoss do to get around these
Well,
advantages you're seeing for Terran?
I think he can build a healthy amount of dragoons, but I think he has to play with Reaver or with something like that, even DT drops or something like that. Like do fast expansion and then take up, like do a third Nexus, Reaver, and Carrier, something like that. It will
It'd
be
be
a.
nice to take that island on the bottom right.
Yeah, but it's really.
I like how there's only one,
Yeah.
and it's
So
right in between the two bases.
so definitely one-on-one maps, they aren't the best choice to do 12 Nexus unless you are really have an outstanding micro, because again you are challenging your Terran opponent to come and attack you, right? So it's all about the micro right now. If really these 3 Marines and 7, oh, look at this micro. So okay, he stopped microing his Marines. So maybe if he gets to put this bunker up, he maybe have a chance. But dragoons are on their way. They already have range halfway done, and a marine is on the bunker. But even though he managed to kill this Nexus, uh, I don't think that Terran is in a really good advantage position, because he has 4 SCVs not mining, and gun range, it's on its way. It's almost done, 60%. So these dragoons can officially skip this bunker, or even go to his main and do a lot of damage. Oh, he lost too much
I was
there.
wondering why he's not attacking the SCVs that were attacking him. But maybe that was so the other units don't run into his base, or
So
they were doing more damage.
honestly, I would think that the wiser option will be to just pull your probes from your Nexus
I think
and
so.
lose your Nexus, because you're only gonna lose 400 minerals, right? But you will be up in workers, and you will be up in tech, because you will have a lot of dragoons with range, and then all the economical disadvantage that you could have, you will lose it when your 4 dragoons arrived at your base, right? So,
I
for
wonder if
example,
he's gonna attack right now.
well, right now he doesn't have anything to hold 4 dragoons.
Right?
Well, now he will put mines, so now yes. But if he would have attacked earlier, maybe he could
Oh,
have put way much pressure. So Cryoc is in a better spot right now. He has more workers and a CC that is already finished. But Dragon isn't in a bad position neither. So I believe that he could drop. He's building a shuttle right now. Terran is also building an engineering bay, which is really nice. He should have a second factory, to be honest, uh, to hold any kind of aggression. So I'm really wondering what path will Dragon take from here. I don't see robotics yet, so that there it is. So yeah, I think a river is on its way. I really expect to see two salads, but turrets are already being built by our German Terran, so I'm really not seeing how he can defend this.
I think we got another map maker who joined us. Big shout out to Excalibur.
Hey guys,
How are you, my friend?
I'm good.
So Excalibur has been making use map setting maps and free for all maps for many, many years. He's
Yep.
one of the high esteemed map makers, but he's very humble and he likes to praise frequently. We're just showing Tar Basin, and we were
Nice.
trying to figure out what the dark swarms were really intended for. You wouldn't happen to know, would you?
I mean, I would have to look. Give me one sec.
Ah, no, it's okay. I thought maybe if you were familiar with.
Okay, carriers again. Stargate,
Yeah.
two base
And where's
carriers.
he building? Yeah, he's building them a little further away from the dark swarms, right?
Yeah, he learned his lesson, but I don't know. I don't know.
Excalibur, I think they're there so that units can be dropped there, and then you can get.
Yeah, they look like safe drop zones to me,
But
based on.
your like airdrop unit could still be targeted. Yes,
Hmm.
if
Yeah,
the person
safe
has.
drop zones. I'd go with that.
So he has an observer on the natural, so he sees that he has two siege tanks and he has a turret. So maybe he sneaks a river right on the edge of the bottom left of the map. Maybe he can get a river shot, but he will get scouted from this SCV, so he can pull his SCV safely. He wants to kill. Oh, okay, he killed one tank. That's okay. Now SCV pull. Oh, so unlucky. So unlucky. Second target on his way. On its way, sorry. So he continues to micro in this river, but sadly he's making no damage. So this is not looking so good for Dragon, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, if he's going Reaver Sair, not really a great thing to use against Terran, as far as I'm aware. But I'm bad. So
No, he's planning to do carriers, but he has really bad economy, less than
yeah,
40
he.
probes. Here's a
Yeah,
marine
I
here.
don't see the economy for
Lol.
that.
What? That's so BM. This
Does
marine.
anybody get stairs and use web? That seems like
No,
it could
that's
be in.
trolling. That's trolling. It could be done, but you have to play someone that you know that you're gonna beat. But it's not
It's very risky.
a go to strategy versus a guy at your same skill level or even on
Um,
the
Hard to
highest.
pull off.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, if I think about a mech T army relying on siege tanks, and usually there needs to be mine and turret support based on terrain. D webs can really fuck up your tank's ability to shoot.
yeah, but it lower your unit count, your
For
tech,
some reason, it's never been popular. I don't think in the PVT
because
like
it's not a good
competitive melee.
not a good investment. The web
Very expensive.
isn't doesn't last so much. You Sayers
Yeah, it's
really don't
hard
do
to.
that much. It's nice, but it's really hard to be honest.
That would be cool. Yeah, to throw in some of those.
Well, it's if you want to make yourself famous or appear in a pimpest place video,
It's a
it's
little too lofty. You mean?
yeah, but it's really a show off strategy.
I wish D-Web was free, man. Let's get that
Yeah,
update.
yeah. Protoss
I
need
wonder
more
if it'd
help
be
being more imba.
Terran, that's Imba, man. Just sitting around until you're maxed out with. Excalibur, what race do you play before I?
I play a little bit of Terran and a little bit of Protoss.
Oh,
Zerg
Then I'm
is
gonna say
really not my speed.
that's being like, I love
we joke
everyone.
around because Pato is Terran player, and a lot of Terran players complain about Protoss.
Yeah, I mean, you have to remember, I don't play 1v1s under any circumstances.
Okay,
I'll play like 3v3s, 4v4s, and FFAs. But
okay,
I don't find 1v1s very interesting.
okay. He doesn't count yet. So
Yeah,
Protoss,
but he doesn't. He doesn't think Protoss is imbalanced.
he plays 3v3.
I want to venture and guess that.
We have to ask someone who plays 1v1.
Yeah, no, I mean, granted, I have played 1v1s, and granted, I've been playing StarCraft since '98. But I think there are far more skilled people than anyone here to make judgments on what's Imba.
Okay, so just say Protoss is Simba.
Nah.
Just say it. Just follow your heart.
I don't know. They could be. I'm not saying they're not.
Good enough for me. Good enough for me.
Oh no.
Okay, so here's a very good push. Two carriers and Dragon GGs.
Yeah, you do not have. Oh, the goals are coming up now, but there were not enough Goliaths initially for that. Yeah, there we go.
I wonder, instead of the carriers, a lot of zealots. I mean, you can't really let Terran come out of its base like that either, right? He had some opportunities to clear out the mines in front of his base. I don't think it's a huge Terran favored map, but there's got to be ways for Protoss to play around that. So it is 2-2, I think. This is game 5.
Yeah, this is the final match. So
Excalibur, did you want to join the game, or you just?
Yeah, I'll hop in. I don't care.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
You just have to say that Proto Simba. It's a password. Proto Simba. DQ and password Proto Simba.
It's so hard for so many Protosses to, counter the 200 max Terran army.
If you are dumb enough to let the Terran go free 20 minutes and not kill them before, I said you deserve to die.
I like this map. You know what? I like all
the Spore map.
Well, Tar Basin, I've seen it. This one, I can't even pronounce it. This one and Beehive, I really like. They're his newer map. The Spore map, yeah, but
it's
he's in the chat.
I could make a song about it. How? I felt the voice there. Correct me.
I don't think it was Freakling. Was it?
Maybe.
So it's a Latin sequence attributed to either Thomas.
What? Sorry? I think it's Korean whisper. Really low. Again? Someone is laughing, but no one is.
It's the middle of the night. I can't speak loudly.
Oh. Oh, so there's a voice there. Okay, so not the Spore map. We got it. Strange Ghost in our voice channel.
It might have been Freakling.
Yeah, maybe. I didn't
had
check.
to increase his volume on my Discord to hear him if that was him. But he sent me a link of a Wikipedia page of what where the name comes from.
Okay, I'm taking bets. Who do you think is gonna win? Right now. Oh, so.
I forgot. I have a horrible memory.
Okay,
I have to go with Protoss.
You're getting old. I understand.
I like Cryoc. He's a really nice guy.
I'm not asking who's the better guy.
I didn't know he's German. You know for sure he's German?
If he's German, he must be a nice guy. You know about
Sidebob job. German.
You know Sidebob, the Simpson character. If he's German, he must be a really nice guy. Okay,
man, some of the German characters in Simpsons are my favorite. Uter.
Yeah.
The nuclear inspectors. All my references are really old, but
I love the old characters.
Mr. Simpson, we come from the land of chocolate. No, I just built in a totally different world.
With the Germans.
Dragon, because he's a Protoss player, but I have a thing for German philosophy, so
Whom?
I don't know, man.
Like Nietzsche and all that?
More like Marx and Hegel.
Marx, oh, communism, socialism.
They're hard reads, I think. But the Germans, they conceptually know what they're doing.
Yeah, we can argue that.
And German engineering, you don't need to.
Yes. That I can back up.
Are you not going to back up German philosophy?
Uh,
Come on, man.
we have our
How many do they need to
disagreements.
come up with?
We have
Connor?
our disagreements.
So one thing I find interesting, I wonder if the fact that we've got horizontal spawns rather than cross or vertical is going to make a difference here. It would seem to me from the map's design that horizontal spawns end up being a bit of a shorter distance.
Mm,
Yep, interesting.
yeah, it could be.
The last game, it was vertical, right? On the right side?
Yeah, on the right side.
The
So
Cryoc was on top, Dragon was on.
maybe a more drop friendly part. So
Dragon won the last match they had on this map, right? Yeah,
yeah,
he did.
with the Imba DT drop. So
DT drop, yeah.
yeah.
And he expanded earlier. Cryoc, for some reason, took some time to expand. 12 o'clock, it seems like you could just float a command center there, right?
Yeah, but you can access that base
It's open.
from.
Yeah.
It's open. It has a tiny
Oh,
spot
is that
here,
right?
but you can go through land.
Yeah, it just has the same vision blocking tiles as you have around all the rooms.
See, I'm not that familiar with StarCraft, apparently. I thought it was
Yeah,
down.
no, this is something Freakland's been trying. Obviously, in StarCraft 2, when they added things like steam vents that block vision, we wanted to do something like that on StarCraft 1. And through manipulating certain doodad or height tiles, you can allow movement strict vision. Freakling, in order to make it more friendly to players, places sprites to indicate where these vision blockers are.
Isn't that cool, Pato? Don't you have a
What?
interest in map making?
I never did, to be honest.
They're the ultimate,
I'm very thankful for the ones who make the maps, but since StarCraft came out, there was a.
You're selfish. You just want to play.
Yeah,
So.
but you cannot play on any map.
And they have to know so much about the game, the meta, and things like that to make maps.
So I'm really like thankful, but
Got
personally,
a drop ship, vulture drop coming up.
yeah. So that's going to be really hard to handle. No,
Yeah, I don't think Dragon saw that at all. So here we go.
Well, he chose the same strat that he did on Tarabasi.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, but it wasn't that bad, to be honest.
Yeah, could have. That mine got dragged a little further up.
Yeah, but still the same amount of workers, and Dragon has already 2 Nexus up. The second CC of Cryoc isn't out yet. So
we've got another vulture drop happening up at the top, coming into Dragon's natural. Luckily, he's got a couple Dragoons stationed, but a mine in the wrong spot could be very bad here.
But you meant sadly.
Oh, look where he drops it. It's the most annoying spot.
It's the only thing that our Terran players can do to stop this breath of madness.
Oh, God. Move your dragons away.
No.
Hey, let me ask about the spores. Excalibur, do you know what the spores? I'm guessing it just allows Terran or whoever to kind of block off easier.
Oh, right? He lost all his probes.
Oh my god, his dragoons.
No!
I missed that. Did you
Yeah,
catch it?
I got it.
Oh.
It went live on stream.
And he
It
just
was
Nice.
HD, man. I saw like 10 probes die, and Dragon said, "What the fuck?"
and Cryoc
And Cryoc
in the
laughed.
journey.
Yes, ha ha ha! German drops. Yeah,
I love how quiet Cryoc is, and Dragon is
yeah. It's more fiery.
expressing what he
It's more
feels.
Latin.
So the
His
spores are interesting. I don't know if they're for wall-ins. I would have to assume. But what's interesting to me is A, that spore colonies were used, and B, that they're
Right.
not generating any creep
They have
because of the
spread
tiles
creep
they're sitting on.
work so they can defend their ramp.
Right, but they're not generating any creep.
Thanks for joining us,
Because
Freakman.
there's no hedge at the spawn. If there's a hedge at the spawn, they will spread the creep.
How did you manage
I
that it knows whether or not there's a hatchery?
Well, they are in the range of the creep range of the colony and of the hatchery overlap.
Oh, I
So
see.
that's
Yes.
how it works.
Nice.
That's extremely clever.
But the colonies are on unbuildable ground, so they don't.
Mhm. Right,
spread,
unless another creep
uh,
generator is
together.
put near them, right?
Exactly.
so yet
That's fantastic.
so yet another drop, but I don't think was a good drop, to be honest. He's just throwing out units for free. Equal
No.
worker count, but tech disadvantage, I believe, for Cryoc, which is starting +1 right now. He has 7 racks building a science facility. Maybe he wants to pull 2-1 timing, but he needs a second armory, which I'm not seeing, to be honest. So no third, so yeah, I'm thinking this will be a 2-1 all in, but again,
A arbiter coming out for Dragon.
2-base arbitrary, yes, but not the wisest choice for Protoss, because this is really a strategy that will leave you behind economically. So you have to use your units wisely.
Because you're going against Six Fact, you mean?
Yeah, Terran could build a third command center and just play defensively, and he will be ahead, I think, economically.
Do you feel this is a pretty balanced map? PVT?
It will be interesting to play TBT on this map, to be honest.
TVT.
TBT. TBP, I don't know how much. I think. Yeah, I know. I don't know how much. The center of the map is. I think it's cool for. I think if you spawn in cross positions, you are pretty much doomed. TBP. Because the center of the map is like a circuit breaker. It's really awful.
As Protoss, you mean you're done?
No, as Terran.
As Terran.
As Terran, yeah, it's very open. There are flanking paths, and
Yeah.
it's not very buildable either. So
Yeah.
if you want to put up turrets, you're very tight on that.
I love this map. Then.
Yeah, and I mean, you could if
favorite
you're
map,
fighting. If
But-
you're fighting a Zerg, for example, your mech push is going to get flanked on like 3
Yeah.
different fronts.
Would love to see that.
Yeah, so if you spawn in like close positions, I think it's better for Terran, to be honest. But if you let your opponent reach your gates, your entrance, I think you will have a very hard time to send him away. So yeah. Personally, I don't like very big maps, because I think big maps are maps designed for macro. So he
And you
really,
prefer a more micro-oriented map?
yeah, because it leaves you more options, to be honest. But that's a personal opinion, right?
Yeah, we see this all the way up to Pro League. There are guys who are, macro players. There are guys who are much more doing more damage less. They'll take a single group of Marines
In a
and do more damage.
in a Terran perspective, in TBC or TBP, if it's a very big map, for example, TBC, you will die. It will be very hard to micro against Mutalists because your army will arrive 3 weeks afterwards. You can hit the timing.
Mm-hmm.
So in TBP, it will be really hard to do like timing pushes.
Ooh.
Okay.
So it looks like there's a flank up top of Dragoons that hit some mines, but they're coming down now. We got stasis on those vultures. If that core group of tanks goes down, then I think this could easily go Dragon's Way. Yeah, and it looks like, heavy losses on both sides, but
Yeah, but I think Cryoc should have waited for his supply count to go at 200, especially when the opponent has 2 or 3 arbiter. You can fight a Staron with 150 army supply, but only if your opponent doesn't have any arbiters. If they have arbiters, they will stasis like 50 supplies, so you will be pretty much dead. And he's only +1 attack, so that's not good enough.
yeah, it's +1 weapon for both, it looks like.
But imagine that fight with 2-1 upgrade for the Terran. I think it will be Cryoc will have just a better trade. So no EMP, but no energy for these arbiters. So maybe Cryoc has a little window right now, but
There's the EMP.
yeah, it hit all arbiters. So
Yep.
this is Cryoc opportunity to really take a hit on the Protoss. The Protoss.
Yeah, if he can get his reinforcements in position and push and force up that ramp.
Something that is very annoying is when Protoss move all the way around and just cut reinforcements. That's a pretty good strategy, so Terran cannot keep feeding his death ball more tanks. So he will wait until he has enough energy on his arbiter. And he's in a good position to flank as well. He should not attack. He should like gather 200 and just flank.
And those arbs are still out of energy. So
Yeah.
we're not going to see any more stasis. And that stasis really clinched the fight for Dragon just a few moments ago. So without it, I don't know how he's going to be able to stack up.
Well, he will lose this expansion. Let's see how he trades here, but Dragon is in a really bad spot. He lost too many units. He allowed Cryoc to hit that EMP, so he has to buy a lot of time to fight this army, and that's pretty bad for him. Even though I believe he could take this army this push out, but not efficiently. He will have a very bad trade, but still, I think he could kill this, even though it's 2-1. The problem will be with the reinforcements, right? And no stasis, not just one.
Now, there's one arbiter that's almost at 100, but...
Yeah. He lost the Nexus, he lost the probes, and I think he he decided to attack too late. Now Terran is on 2+2 attack, +3 attack on weapons on its way. And Protoss is in a very bad spot. He has one Nexus in the 12 o'clock position. But I'm not sure how he's going to beat this army without his Arbiter spells. As Protoss, you have to take care of your Arbiters with a lot of care. You have to be very careful, but so the natural expansion is close to be mined out, and I think Cryoc wants to go out again. Protoss doesn't have much units, just 6 Dragoons and 4 Arbiters. The Arbiters are clumped up again, so if by any chance Cryoc throws another EMP, it will be huge.
Not enough energy yet.
Yep. So now the Arbiters are separated, and there are almost 3 of them. The 4 of them have 4 stasis, so he will be able to literally throw.
Yeah, but look at the spacing on those tanks. You don't have the kind of clustering that you'd want to throw a stasis down.
Yeah, that's unfortunate and he will kill the Arbiter with stasis. He held his push. Okay, that was nice. He held, but I don't think Dragon has enough money.
No, economically, he's on the ropes right now.
Yeah, and that expansion is really close to Cryoc's main, so that's not good. It's really easy to get reinforcements to that area. So yeah, Dragon is in a really bad spot. I think this game will be over. GG. He taps out, and the series goes to Cryoc. Props on his victory, guys.
Good casting. Pato, do I lose you now?
Yeah, you do, I believe.
Thank you so much.
I'm going to play Among Us with some friends.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure having you, Excalibur.
Thank you for inviting. Thank you for Frickling, yeah, the map maker.
You got a preview of his new maps, which you might have to play on.
Yeah, probably.
And you should play on.
Maybe one day.
Casual game.
Maybe one day.
Tar Basin, it's a Terran map, according to you.
Tar Basin is not the Terran map at all. But it has, if you live on the late game, it's really bad. But Terran versus Zerg is horrible.
Well, that has more to do with your race than the map.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, guys, I have to go now. Thank you very much for your time, for tuning in, for the good vibes, and thanks especially to OxTQ, to Jerry, who isn't with us, but he's in our hearts. And thank you for Frickling for the maps. So have a good night.
Yeah, for joining us, man. It's like 6 in the morning, I think, in Germany.
Oh, okay. So,
the Germans, I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, they're special. Yeah,
they're on 2 or 3 hours of sleep.
That's how they improve so much. they are nice guys, and they don't sleep. They work. Okay, guys, have a good night.
Take care, bro.